Hey, 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 guys. Happy. I'm not sure what day it is. uh, I'm not sure. So don't hold me to it. Um, hey, 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 everybody. Listen. Happy. I'm not sure. Wednesday. It's one of the crazy weeks, right? So, I'm going to just hop right in, right? So, thank you so much for tuning in, hopping in, sharing live with me. My name is Sequoia Ashe Taylor. I'm the CEO and founder of Ashe Wellness. And what I do is that I help stressed out women who are attempting to find balance to establish and maintain those healing habits so they can be healthy and happy. How do we do that? Is that we distress the mess by testing and not guessing. And what we have been doing is we have been doing 30 lives in 30 days by actually doing this whole nurturing in November and increasing health literacy, right? So we expanded health literacy month and we are doing like we're doing this whole nurturing in November to get to know you and to share different information and build upon our knowledge of health and wellness with different tips, tricks. Ooh, Lord. Bloopers, talking fast, and it comes out. I was gonna say tips, tricks, tips, tricks, hacks, hacks, and all information and just general knowledge about your health and wellness while you're on your health and wellness journey, right? And so some these different things come from different prompts, different questions, and things of that nature. And so we're just doing different lives about it. And so if you've seen the topic for today, the topic for today is my easy go to like weeknight dinners, right? And so first of all, if you're watching live, be sure to say hey, and chat with me, communicate with me, comment, let me know, give me your actual like weeknight hacks, the weeknight dinners that are super easy. And if you're watching a replay, put hashtag replay and still do the same thing. And then if the information resonates with you and you think your network should have access to it, then please do hit the share button so they can be shared out to your network. And so we're gonna talk about something that's called like cooking and all that. But if you know me in the least, you will know that I am not what they would call a chef. I don't cook. I'm not a cooker. Um, that is all. That's all there is to it. So I don't really cook at all, right? And so, but at my house, we're all about eating as healthy as we can. There are certain things that we don't eat as a whole, and then there's certain things that we're attempting to, add to our palate. So as time goes on, we'll add different things to our palate. We'll, see how different things go and things of that nature. But we also like have our staples. And so in my house, we are on the plan where I cook dinner on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. During certain parts of the year, usually when I used to do like open enrollment, it would be like very different during this time of year. So I was very much the crock pot queen, or like we cook something big and it lasts us for several days, right? But like on average right now, depending on the season, we're still like until we go into like a busy part. We're usually Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Sunday is our heavier meal. Because I'm cooking for like Sunday dinner, and then Tuesday and Thursdays are usually our lighter meals. Some days they may change to a Wednesday and a Friday or something like that, just because we had an extra day or something, or because of scheduling, we had like an event or something where it calls us to do it. But on general, like on our paper, when we do our meal prep and plan, it is Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And so I get asked all the time because I post these pictures of stuff, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, that looks delicious," and "Oh, you're the super chef." Not. I am the simple queen. If I am the queen of, if it takes more than 30 minutes to actually make it cook, I have a problem, right? I'll do a crock pot. I will do stuff like seasoning. I'll prep. I don't mind doing those type of things. But if it takes me like starting getting to that 25, 30 minutes, it's a no-go for me, right? Especially on Tuesday and Thursday, because I'm not attempting to stay in the kitchen all day long. Or if I'm prepping it ahead of time and having it set up, I don't want to have to come back and do all these 50 million things. So some of my favorites that I like doing for my week night meals, or for my just meals in general, to kind of get out that staple of um, having chicken all the time, or having turkey all the time, or having burgers all the time, or just having those same things. I actually have things, and the funny part about them, that my staples are non-meat. So I'm not vegan or vegetarian or anything. You know me, I don't subscribe to being a certain thing. Pretty much do the 80-20 rule, and there's, like I said, there's certain staples of things that we can't eat and won't eat, and then things that we add on, right? So it's very funny that some of my staples and the simplest things include like veggies and items that are like super easy. So you know me, you know the flow. If you watch my videos before, I'm going to give you three main, like, so this one will be three main like things that I use for my easy weeknight hats, and then of course you're going to get a bonus, right? So the first things that I will say that I had is something that I stumbled upon. All of these I stumbled upon, like, because I mean, see, they get shared with me. I'll see someone do them, or like I'll like Pinterest. If you go on Pinterest and start looking for different meals, you're gonna get yourself in trouble. You're gonna get yourself in trouble, right? Because you will go down a rabbit hole that is so deep. I don't know if you can ever really come out of it unless something slap you or jolt you up out of it. So if you go looking down that rabbit hole, just be prepared if you're going on Pinterest and using those different things, right? So one of the things that I have that I have included and added into my palette. I tell my clients all the time that when you want to start over fresh and you want to do a new, lifestyle change and not necessarily do these diets and fasts, you want to cleanse your system out so that you can remove a lot of the bad, so that when you put the good on, your body starts to recognize it as food. And so one of those things, when I started incorporating it back, and I didn't know it was going to take me on this journey, that I could do something real easy. So my first weeknight meal, if you see me talk about, is squash boats. Squash boats. Listen, you thinking what? So this has taken me down a rabbit hole, because this is squash and I do squash boats, right? But I could do 50 different, I could think of probably like a 50 different ways to do the squash boat, right? And so you actually get the squash and you cut it in half. I take out the core of the middle to make the boat piece. I actually put a little bit of olive oil, or grapeseed oil, depending on which one I grab, and then a little sea salt, a little pepper. I put this in the oven and let them roast. Super simple, super easy. But when you get ready to eat them, though, like, just wait. When you get ready to eat them, they're super amazing. They taste good, and my kids even eat the boat piece. Like, I'm like, I thought you was gonna eat the stuff in the inside and leave the boat. They actually eat the squash, the boat too, right? And so I mean, when I say you can stuff these boats with anything, it could be, just think of like goulash, anything you want. So sometimes I'll use like a brown rice or wild rice. I'll add like you know me, I'm the queen of these creations with my salmon pack. I should have brought some in here. Like chicken or salmon creation package. You can do a tuna, anything that you want to mix with it. Like have your base, have your sides that you put in there, and then put it in. I put spinach in here. I've put peppers on there. I've done put like made it more fiesta, so it had pineapples at the top. I've done it with some every type of way you could. Like, just sit down and write. Okay, if I had something in the boats, and you get your baseline. Like I'll say like some rice, and you don't even have to use the rice if you don't want to. But the boat is like the boat is the bomb, right? And so actually having them and being able to experiment, I make them so many ways, is ridiculous. So I do usually keep a baseline of like the brown or the wild rice. Sometimes, like I said, I'll add like some type of protein or whatever, and then I'll add like kale or spinach. I've done it one time. I took the leaves off the outside of the Brussels sprouts. Like I said, I put pineapples on here. Like, if you go down my page, I've done this like several different ways, in different ways I haven't even posted. It's great ways for you to like taste new things and attempt new things. That's super simple and easy, because once you put the stuff on there, and I like doing stuff as well where you don't have to have like as many pots and pans, because again, I'm super easy, right? There's one less thing to be washing. So the boats, you could do that, and then like in one skillet, I mix everything else, and then I put, of course, I'm herb queen. I put throw everything in there, and then I put it inside the boat, and then I bake it for 10 to 15 minutes. And then some, and on top, you could put cheese on it. Some people don't do cheese at all. I've done it with cheese, without cheese, and so just one easy, quick way to do this. Now that's the squash boat. But could you do other stuff like chop them up and put them inside of with peppers and other vegetables and all that kind of stuff, and put over top of a bit of rice if you're a vegetarian or vegan, or um, if you put on top of a type of protein or whatever to make as a side. Super easy to make a meal, right? Super easy and simple to make something quick that you could go with, right? And so when I say rice, I actually use the cups. Like they serve them where it's like 1 cup of rice, like literally it's in a container, 1 cup of rice. You could put it in the microwave, or I just dump that into the skillet. So it's 1 cup of rice, because we don't eat a lot of it. So that's say like using less stuff. Super easy ways to do this. This also sent me down a rabbit hole of using like butternut squash, right? Cutting those up and doing the types of stuff in squash, spaghetti squash. You could do that and make spaghetti squash, and you could do spaghetti squash so many different ways as well. So when we're talking about stuff that's quick and easy and simple, amazing ways to make meals, right? So that was my first one. The first one was the squash bowls. The second one is my handy dandy buddy, the stuffed pepper. If you know, I've seen this thing. This was kind of started kind of tried me. And I was like, okay, wait. Inside of my actual health, like my fitness group, we're talking about quick and easy ways. And so I was like, when I did, I was like, okay, I'm gonna attempt it because I have not always been a pepper queen. But when I do a veggie pizza, I'll do the same thing with like mushrooms and onions and all those. I'll put all that stuff on top of a veggie pizza. But I'm like individually, I don't know, right? So I saw this done, right? And so some people will cut it in half like this way. I trim my top because I want whole pepper. And so you could cut it at the top and stuff your pepper. You could cut it in half and stuff the pepper, right? And so again, stuffing them with like you can have like the basic way of doing this is um the basic way of doing this is having what they call like those you can do two, like the creation package. So they have them in tuna, they have them in chicken, they have them in salmon. And then you would stuff that with this. And again, I have gotten so creative to this. This is not even fun. The same way that you can make goulash of different things to stuff the peppers with, you can do that as well. So I've like some of my clients have done it with ground beef, ground turkey. I don't recommend like the ground beef because we don't eat beef, but I mean you can stuff this thing with whatever like I said, make a base protein and then add your size. So I've done it with other peppers. I've made a fiesta stuffed pepper. I've done a salmon stuffed pepper. I've done a chicken one. I've done a jackfruit. I've done a jackfruit stuffed pepper, right? And so I've done it so many different ways till you guys is literally like not even funny. Most of the time when I have a date night, I have stuffed pepper. It's something super easy. It takes me a couple minutes. I put in the I cut this, put a little sea salt and pepper inside. I roast this for about 15 minutes. Then I put the topping, the inside, like my gut that I'm stuffing it with, put it back in the oven, and for about another 10 minutes or so, let those things kind of marinate to get together. And then sometimes I'll add a cheese, so I'll add something such as like a mozzarella or like the feta, or whatever. I'm putting at the top, and then I put it for like 5 more minutes. So, or you could do it all at once. I just like layer my stuff and do all that. I'm weird that way. And so in that time, I usually go take my bath and do my relaxing and get dressed. And when I come out, it's nice and roasted and soft, and you can eat the entire thing. Like it's just amazing. You don't have to be doing all this packing and leaving stuff. Perfect, 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 perfect item for something quick through the weeknight. Another awesome thing about these things I'm telling you, especially the squash bolts and the bell peppers, is that if you have different people, like if everyone in your house doesn't eat the same. So I get asked this question all the time. So Corey, I'm the Mediterranean, or my husband is the Mediterranean. My kids won't try vegetables. You can allow everyone to have their own individual thing. So it could be something where if it's just like a pizza, you can get an individual pizza. Everybody can have their own individual stuffed pepper. Everyone can have their own individual squash bowl, and you're putting whatever it is that they like inside those things. Like I said, as long as you have your base, the base could be rice. The base could be okay. We're gonna do salmon, but you can stuff it and put whatever you want on it. You could do taco pepper, and everybody can stuff with instead of the shell using the pepper as that. Using the same thing with the squash. And so just think about the variety of different ways for everyone who's I don't want that one thing, or I feel like I'm having to cook so many different things for everyone. These are easy and simple ways that don't take any additional time. That everybody you can make it fun and invite it if you want the family members to participate. Everyone can stuff their thing. You put in the oven for 15-20 minutes. Dinner is ready, right? And then it's not complaining. Everybody kind of enjoys theirs. Hey, let me try a piece. You cut a piece off, and let me try a piece of yours. This is a great way to do that. If you want to do a date night, great. Everyone can have that same thing, or you can cook a big bunch of it and then stuff each pepper, right? So stuffed peppers are like is almost like the go-to, right? And so that's the second one. The third one is something that is very, very, very intriguing to me. And when I posted on my page, a lot of people were like, "It can't be, it cannot be, it cannot be so." And that is the carrot dog. Yes, the carrot dog. I'm saying it that way on purpose because the carrot dog actually tastes like a hot dog if you do it correctly. So I brought out the minis, right? Because I have done the actual carrot dogs where I have done it the whole recipe. I'm seeing like different people do it certain ways, but certain things that you make with soy sauce and all this kind of different ways you do it. And so you cut the carrot down to a hot dog size bun, a hot dog bun size. And then you boil it. Take the outer layer off. You boil it, poke holes in it. You let it soak and marinate, and then you put it on. You can either grill it, you can bake it, you can boil it again to like make the actual hot dog, and then you can put the toppings on this dog. any way you want to. So you use relish, onions, ketchup, mustard, everything that cheese, whatever you're gonna do, a coney dog and all that, whatever you're gonna do to a regular hot dog, you can actually do to this carrot dog. And it tastes just like a hot dog. Like I don't know what is. I think the mixture that we make that we put in, it tastes just like I fooled the kids with this right here. So it's amazing and it's super quick. Like you can prep it, make this marinade, scrape the thing off like the night before or whatever, and then you can boil it and then let it marinate overnight. And then when you get ready to come do the dinner, like for me on a Tuesday or Thursday, I may do it when I'm doing the breakfast prep and then let it sit in all day. And then 15 minutes, I pull it out. 15 to 20 minutes before dinner, I pull the hot dogs out and then I put it in the oven like and get a little grill mark, and then they put it on a hot dog bun, and they can put their toppings on it how they please, right? So something quick and easy that is still good for you, and that's like amazing. Like if you really care about the bread, then don't use the bread. You can use listen. The next time I do it, I'm gonna use lettuce because I like lettuce wraps, right? You can use lettuce. You can use wheat bread. You can use whatever you want to do to use the hot dog and without having a real hot dog. But the minis also make what we call pigs in a blanket. So you do the same exact thing that you would do with the original ones, the bigger ones. You put it in a pot, you boil them, then you put it in the actual marinade, and then I take it out and had a can of biscuits, cut them up into like smaller, how you triangle, and roll them up. So when I baked them, we had healthier pigs in a blanket. It tastes just like a hot dog. Like I got the kids one day for lunch. This is also a great lunch thing too. And so I got them one day for lunch that I wrapped them up and I was like, hey, we're gonna have pigs in a blanket. And so they're eating, and then I'm like, hey, did you guys know that was carrots? And they both were like flabbergasted because it's like they turn the color. Like, trust me when I say, I know you may be in disbelief, but trust me, the carrot dogs are a must. And they're very simple and easy to make. And they go from there, right? And so anything that's like all these things literally take less than like 20 minutes. Like the most thing is probably prep, and then you're just baking, right, in the oven. And the cool thing about all of these things too is that you can do them raw. So for the person who is more raw vegan or raw vegetarian, or you eat raw foods, or you don't want to do the whole cooking thing, everything I just said, you can do those type of things and do them raw, right? So if you wanted to do like a pepper, you can do just mix your other vegetables and stuff like that in, or you want to do the squash bowl and you can eat them raw, like, and you can eat them whole. You don't have to actually discard anything. You can eat the rest of the squash after you eat the bowl. You can eat the actual pepper. You can eat the actual carrots, right? And so those are great things that are actually not only healthy, but they're easy to do. So when people say, hey, I don't have time to meal prep and plan, I don't have time, like, say that to your mama. I don't stay in the kitchen long. I'm 20, like 30 minutes out, in and out, like for real. I just can't. I just can't. It makes me hot. It makes me a little flustered. I just really can't, right? And so those are the three things. Those are just three of the ones that I feel like are like my quick and easy, like go to one. I usually always have these in the refrigerator. Squash is a little bit different because of the time of the year. But those other two things, I'm pretty much like they're in the refrigerator. So if I have to be like, oh, I forgot something or did this, quick, easy meal, right? That is healthy for you, and you're not sacrificing quality, you're not sacrificing taste, and you're not sacrificing health or fall off the wagon, as you guys call it, cheat days or cheat meal. It's actually not that. You actually still been able to stay on track and do something that's super quick, and it helps you stay on track because it's easy. And then you're like, okay, it would take me more time to eat the unhealthy stuff or cook the unhealthy stuff. And so those are the like my top three, right? My bonus one is what I am known for in these streets. And so this will probably be, you can do it on a Tuesday or Thursday because it really literally doesn't take any time either. But I usually do them on a Sunday. But I'm known for these streets out here for this next item I'm about to tell y'all about. I'm known for these out here. Like people order it and they'll pay me to make it for them. Shepherd's pie. If you've seen my actual calendar, especially like doing certain parts of the year, you have seen me have shepherd's pie on my actual calendar. It is a go-to. That is an easy one. If I make shepherd pie, I don't have to worry about people picking at it. I don't have to worry about people not eating it. Like people want to get invited when I have shepherd's pie. If I post shepherd pie, they're like, "What?" And so listen, I have made shepherd pie to the point where it's actually vegan or vegetarian. Like I do it with no meat as well. So the base that you're gonna do is that you're gonna do mashed potatoes, or you can do cauliflower mashed potatoes. And also, when I was talking about rice earlier, you could also do cauliflower rice if you want to substitute and have even a healthier form of rice, cauliflower rice. So for you're gonna have mashed potatoes. You could have the actual or cauliflower potato mashed potatoes. I do those interchangeably. And then I have ground. You can do your ground beef or ground turkey. I don't do ground beef again, like to me. So the worst that I'm gonna do is a ground turkey. And then if I don't, I'll do like the veggie crumbles, so that it's like it's vegetables that actually look like the meat crumbles. And then I do corn. I'll use the next layer will be corn, another layer of the mashed potatoes or the cauliflower mashed potatoes, and then I'll do my cheese and then my herbs. And I've been known for these streets. And so when you get in that middle layer where the corn is, I have seen people do green beans. I have seen people do mixed vegetables. I have seen people do sweet peas. I have seen people do a goulash and medley of different things, right? So when you get to that middle layer of putting whatever vegetables you want to put in there, have fun. But just for my palate, not so much. I've even seen carrots, right? Like the medley, they just dump the bag of the medley on us. So that is something quick and easy. The prep time is very simple. I kind of use a little bit more of those pots. That's why it's usually a Sunday meal for me. And then I bake it, and then I'm able to eat. But that actually lasts a little bit longer. So for someone who says, "Oh, I have a bigger family, I need bigger serving sizes," that is actually something that is like very quick and easy to do, and you can make it healthy, right? So changing those things. If you don't care about it, you just like whatever, I'm gonna eat what I want to eat. Then you can do it the traditional way. But if you want to convert it to make it healthy, very easy to do so, right? And so those are just a few of my quick and easy, quick and easy go to weeknight meals. And then I threw in a bonus for a actual Sunday dinner. And of course, always the triple bonus is that you're going to have the access to find your ashe. In this aspect of finding your ashe, find meals that are, first of all, schedule and plan out when you're going to actually cook, right? And what are you going to be eating, right? So the meal prepping and planning is key. I don't feel like everyone should have to cook every day, but some people are like, I love it. This is how my family works. We cook every day. If that's fine, plan your week out. Like prep your stuff as best you can and plan your week out. I plan for the bigger view of things for the month, and then I narrow it down into 2 weeks and 2 weeks to make sure that I don't need to make any tweaks or changes. Something come up, I have a meeting, I have an interview, something like that. And so, but that make those things kind of simple for myself to not have to kind of keep thinking about it. And so, and the way of finding my ashe, that is how I find my ashe. I have the power to change and make things happen. I have the power to structure my meals and do things and plan in a healthier way. And so, if you're doing things the regular way and you're like, hey, I'm still eating this meat or I'm eating that, or I would like to substitute it, start substituting those small things. So instead of regular rice, try cauliflower rice. Or instead of, mashed potatoes, try the cauliflower mashed potatoes. Like, and you can make them yourself. Blend cauliflower up, put a little butter, put a little, you can do those type of things, right? And so those are different things. And or hey, I want to take off so much eating the ground turkey or the ground beef or the chicken. Okay, well replace that with the actual vegetable crumbles, right? That looks like the same thing, and to give you that texture and that feel, or use jackfruit, right? Or use mushrooms for certain stuff. So make those small changes. Find your ashe in the way of making those small changes that lead up to bigger things. I'm not the person who is like, I'll make shepherd's pie sometimes with ground turkey. Sometimes I make shepherd pie with soy crumbles. And so it's not always a concept of you have to do things. I'm consistent with it if I'm going to make it. And if I feel like we've had a lot of meat that week, like if we've had chicken and we've had spaghetti or something like that, then I'm like, hey, let me do something that's a little bit more plant based, um, and go from there, right? And so um, that is a quick and easy way. So that's the way the bonus of like doing the finding the ashe. And when we say the stress, the mess, the M, we talk about different things. So those am not, remember the things that are stressors on your body. Meals is one of them. Eating is the number one stress on the body. And so making sure that you're doing that as best as possible and planning them and making it as easy as possible, making it simple, making it more fun, incorporating more of the family, and not creating more stress for yourself is definitely beneficial. So that's how we say that you can find Ashe with that. If you have any other questions about how we incorporate our actual meal plans or how you actually do that or how you find out what type of meals you should be doing or what type of eating you should do, remember that we do the testing first so that you don't have to guess. And then we distress the mess by creating protocols, products and services that are being beneficial to you to be able to help you out, right? To continue that journey on after you've been showing yourself. So if you have any questions about that, you can definitely book an appointment with us at bit.ly/Ashe. One day I'm going to get this right. Ashe. ASE Wellness Appointment spelled out. So it's bit.ly/Ashe. Wellness Appointment. Appointment all spelled out. So if you haven't, that gives you the ability to be able to book a wellness chat appointment with us so that we can see about some of the services that we offer and to see if it's going to be a good fit for you to work with us or for us to work with you. So in the meantime, I hope you guys are enjoying the rest of your week. You guys be safe and make your meals and eating very, 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 very simple. And have a great rest of your day. Remember, we're doing 30 lives in 30 days, and while we're nurturing you in November. So I show you guys, I have the power to change and make things happen, and so do you. Talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.